What would you do to keep the citizens updated on a timely basis?
Oh, I like this one. I think it is imperative that we have a website that is accurate, that it is informative, and that someone is specifically in charge to see that that is the case. Not only did we look for the budget to be on here, but I looked for this meeting to be on there. And not only that, but I looked for it to be on the marquee in front of City Hall. Wasn't there either. Also, I wanted to understand why, for the three of us who were asked within 5 days to give a biography and a picture to the city clerk, where's that? If somebody goes to hapeville.org to see who's running for mayor and maybe what they stand for or something about them, that's not on there. I think you have to go to the second page, you follow a link, and it says, running for mayor are Alan Hallman, Diane Dimmick, and Susan Bailey. I think that that should be something that is not too hard to put. I made my own website. Y'all go to it, dianeformayor.com. It's not that hard. And I think we just need somebody committed to it. And I think that I also would like to see quarterly, little informal meetings like this. If you have something that you would like to bring up, you can, email any of the mayor or mayor and council or department heads, as well as just show up and get the dynamics of being in a group. Maybe the safety if you feel a little nervous about speaking about something by yourself. But I'm all for engaging the citizens, the business owners, and the employees of the city, and having a mutual dialogue so that we can know what's important to you and what you will understand what's important to us.
Well, the city does send out a newsletter. I've heard tonight some concern about the website, and like I said earlier, I will address some of those issues in the morning. And I think we are about getting to the point where we need a person that's dedicated primarily to that, because that is the vehicle by which all of us look for information these days. And it's obvious that we need to do a better job on the city side to keep that up. I wish you could look backwards at where the websites come from. You remember how far we've come. The website has come a long, long way. But we have been internally discussing a revamp of the website again to feature more pictures of events, more information like y'all were talking about. And I am the current mayor, and I will take responsibility for that website not being all it could be. And I will, like I say, I'll be making some phone calls in the morning, and we'll see if I can get some of that fixed right now.
Well, needless to say, I agree about the website. Open communication and inclusion of citizens and business owners is something that is very important to me. And I will commit this to all of you, and I don't have to have the vote of the council or anyone else to do this. I can do this on my own. I will have quarterly meetings with the neighborhood association presidents to answer any questions they have, to listen to their input, to resolve their issues. We have a lot of people who are in neighborhood associations. The presidents will turn around and give the information out to the members. For those of you who do not live in an area where there is a neighborhood association, I'll be glad to tell you what you have to do to get one started. But if you just choose not to participate in one at all, you will also have quarterly meetings with the mayor. They will be on one Saturday a month. You can make an appointment through City Hall. We will sit down and talk about anything you want to talk about, and if you have a problem, we will solve it.
Currently, City Hall is set up in an anti-customer service setting. When we walk in the front door, there is the feeling no one is at home, and thus the feeling no one is here to service your request. This is the only entity, whether governmental or business, I've ever seen that purposely gives a vacant look as you walk in the door. Do you agree? Will you make the change to improve this? And we'll start with Mr. Hall.
Thank you. We currently have a position that we are going to be filling very soon for the person that's going to be handling the city venues. And it's our plan to have that person seated in the very seat that we're talking about tonight. We moved, for those of you who might not understand why City Hall totally transformed, and we now moved into what we call central cashiering. during the audit, it was brought to our attention by the auditors that there was some concern about the openness of our counter space in Hapeville. There was no glass between the citizens and the paperwork. There was confidential information out on desk. There was money out on desk. There were some serious concerns about safety of that information, as well as the safety of the employees being right where someone could just reach across and either harm them or steal something from their desk or whatnot. So our auditors made the recommendation that we go to a more controlled climate for our cashiering. So that's why that change has come. And it's not that we send an unwelcome message. There was someone, always when you go in, someone will greet you. And just because somebody's not sitting at the desk doesn't mean that the light's not on and we're not open. But I do understand the perception of a vacant desk being there. And again, I assure you that when this position is filled, that body will be seated in that desk.
Miss Bailey. Sorry.
As I stated before, I do not agree that you should walk into your city hall and there's no one home. I think we have enough employees there now that we could have someone sitting at that desk when you walk in. There's also something else that I do not like. When you go to the mid-month work sessions, the front door of City Hall is locked. You have to go around to the back door. In all the 30-plus years I have been going to those meetings, that front door has never been locked. When I asked why is that happening, the answer that I was given is we don't want people wandering around. I have never known anyone to wander around there, and there's not very far to wander before you're going to find where you're headed.
Now, Ms. Tippett.
That was extra exercise for me. Mayor Holman, I have an issue with this. I have not seen the auditor's report to know about their their comment regarding the security of our employees. I do know that the Delta Employees Credit Union, the largest credit union, no, it's not community credit union, the largest credit union in the state of Georgia does not glass in their employees. And to me, it sends just the wrong message. When you glass in, when you go to City Hall, a lot of our citizens every month made their trip up there to pay their water bill or once a year to pay their taxes, need a day. And you speak through a little hole like this. And it's just not personable. I know there was a lot of concern and consideration during the design of that and centralizing the cashiering. I know that they still take money down in the recreation department and the office behind City Hall. I think that perhaps there is something that maybe can be redesigned and more liveliness, more bodies, warm bodies, and activity in the front of the main part of City Hall when you walk in. I just feel, as I mentioned earlier, citizens, businesses, anyone who comes in, I feel, I would say fresh flowers and coffee, but that's just me. Thank you.